tonight's live training will be led by yours truly. It'll be led by me. I haven't done one in a while, so let's get to it. It's gonna get a little deep, so y'all be ready for it. All right. So, the thing that we talk about in the very beginning with everybody, right, is your big why. This is something that us as the coaches we like to circle back around uh, to help people remember what their doorway to them being here was, right? So I'm gonna ask a couple people this just from the jump. Just give me a couple answers. Why are you here?
Anybody?
Anybody?
I want
Trying
to
to get
start
help.
living.
I'll jump in.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I wanna live long enough to be able to see my kids reach their 20s and not be a burden on them. We talked
Okay.
about this on Monday.
Yes, we
Um,
did. Yes, we did. What did you
That's
say, Gino and Andrea?
I just said I wanted to start living, having
Okay.
fun. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Gino? Because that's all you were talking to.
I want to be I just want to feel athletic like how I used to when I was younger. Be able to play sports that I want to play, be able to do whatever I want to do going on in the future.
Ooh, and you can do that, right? We're gonna get you there, bro. I promise. Just be ready.
Ready.
Right. So, next question. There's gonna be a bunch of questions. Say that again. I thought I heard somebody talking. Next question. Where did your why start? Right? So why does your why exist? You got to start at the foundation. How'd I get here? Why am I here? Right? Why do I need to be here? Why'd I end up here? Right? Next thing, this is a question I always tell a lot of my clients to think about. It's two questions. When were you at your best? The reason I ask that is when you was at your best is when you felt the best, right? And when were you at your worst? This is when you was at the worst point of your life. You felt the worst. Things was just going to shit. You know what I mean? Because we all had that, right? You either hit rock bottom or you was close to it, right? Next, always ask people this: what do you love about yourself? For those that work in mental health, sometimes you hear people say they don't love nothing about themselves because they don't know what to focus on. They don't know what to love because they've never been taught to do that, right? Also ask, what do you need or want to change? There's a difference. One takes more priority over another one. Most of the time, when it's something you need to change, is what? It's medical, right? It's for a medical reason. Or you might have to make tape. Some of y'all have to make tape for the military, correct? Tomas, you've had situations where you have to be in better conditioning when you're about to compete. Otherwise, you lose your starting position. Marianne, same thing with you with CrossFit, right? You lose your spot, it's because you didn't work hard enough or you got outworked, right? And why does this need to change? If you can figure out why it needs to change, now you can see the road to what that change looks like. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Cool. Next, who or what is your why for? So, who's here because of somebody other than themselves? You can say me, or you can raise your hand with the animations.
Me.
Me.
Okay, Scott.
I'm here for my daughter. I tried to get her to say something on the camera, but I was still outside. But yeah, my daughter.
That's a real good reason. Who else? I heard somebody else say
Me. My daughter too.
your daughter. Okay,
Yeah. And grandchildren.
okay. That's a beautiful thing to be a grandparent.
Yeah.
I was always curious what that would feel like to see another generation of kids that came because of you. You know what I'm saying? Another
Mhm.
one. Another one we have, Matt, we've seen this a few times, is for an event. Is your why for an event, right? Like I said, sometimes it's to make tape, sometimes it's for a wedding. We've had a lot of people come here for weddings. Darnell, you've been here going on 4 years, right? You've seen people come here for weddings and end up staying. The wedding was just the tip of the iceberg, right? Another thing is this. This is one of the things a lot of people don't look at longevity, right? I can speak for the coaches and Matt. when I tell you this. A lot of the times we get clients that come in here and they're looking for the instant gratification. They're not looking long term. So when you're not looking long term, that means you're not using patience, right? You don't have a vision on where you're going. You're looking at what you're doing right now. When on the journey, you got to look at both. You got to look at right now and how it's going to affect what's going to happen down the road. Does that make sense? So how
Coach
long do
Eric?
you see that happening? Go ahead, Hope.
So I'm a total instant gratification girl. Coach
Mhm.
Eric knows this about me. So it was really cool when I was telling him that, and I'm like, it's not happening fast enough. I need that instant gratification. He totally set up like looking at my goals, my daily goals as that instant gratification and working on my streak as that instant gratification. And I mean, it really works. I may not have big instant gratification, but it's enough. Those little wins are enough.
Right. And the fact that you said it's enough is the same thing we teach with nutrition, right? Matt's my witness when I started, because we have all the coaches have to be clients too. So we do everything you all do, right? Matt asked me, how would you feel if you was able to eat anything you want, still maintain, lose, or gain weight? And I didn't believe it. But now we do it. And that's exactly what we did with her instant gratification. So that's a great example with that, Hope. Thank you. Another question you got to ask, so because this gives you the level of priority. What will be difficult on the way, right? So, who's had a difficult time on the road to their why? And what was that difficult time?
Mine is the meal prepping.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I mean, I might start it, and then I might do like only up to 3 days, and then I go back into. Well, even when I don't have my meal prepper, and even when I eat, I still have like try to eat healthy. I eat a lot of fish and chicken, but it's all that extra stuff that comes with it. But my main thing is portion control, meal prepping. And my eating habits are really, really bad. Sometimes I don't eat until like maybe 11 or 12, and that's like breakfast. I consider that breakfast and lunch. And
Mm-hmm.
then I don't eat after 6. So if I don't eat any snack or before that, I don't eat after 6. So then it's messing up I think affecting my metabolism.
That's been hard for you. Like we've had to talk about that. We actually got a call coming up so that we can hash that out. And I'm glad that you're aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the start. Sharon, are you trying to speak or is that just background noise?
Just background.
Okay. Okay. You turned green, so that's why I asked.
Oh,
All right. Another question I got for everybody. Why now? Why now? Why didn't this happen earlier? Why is it this
I have
happening
one.
later?
Eric,
Go ahead.
who?
You,
Allie or me?
Oh,
Ali, and then
um,
Sam.
for me, as you know, it was my husband passing
Mm-hmm.
and just needing to change.
That's an inevitable why. I love that why, by the way. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah.
Unless you were still talking, Ali.
No, I
Mine
just wanted.
was. Oh yeah, go ahead, Allie.
Sorry, Sam.
No, you're fine.
I just wanted to say one other thing. I signed up exactly 1 month to the day that my husband passed away and did not realize it until I went back and looked.
Wow.
You know what that means?
No.
You got to be here through his anniversary next year, so you can see where you are a year
okay.
later.
Okay.
Yep. You watch.
she
You'll
will
love the
be
fact that you
here.
did.
She'll be
Yep.
here. No
I
doubt.
promise.
Yeah.
I promise. I like how you talk about that, Tomas. Let's keep it going. Go ahead, Sam.
Well, mine was. I got news. It was. I've been with this program for a while now, and I've made pretty good progress, and I've gone back and forth with my coach. Little frustrating him sometimes. But that's okay. But I had a friend that I found out just died. Just he was shoveling snow in his driveway, and someone drove by and saw him laying there, and he never made it to the hospital. He he just and he was only 54 years old, and he died of a massive heart attack. And I was
Damn.
like, and then I have two little kids. I have a one turning 5 soon and one that just turned 2, and I'm like, man. And when I go shovel snow, because I live up in the north area, I'm like huffing and puffing and like dying. I'm like, I'm gonna kill over, and my kids won't have me. And I just got thinking. I was like, everything was compounding and stuff, and I was having aches and pains. I was going to the VA and stuff, and I was just like miserable all the time, just in my own body. And it was like that notice of my friend just dying, just no longer here. It was like hit me like a truck, and I said, you know what, I need to do something. And then I saw a Facebook post of this body ops thing, and you know, and I was just like, so I messaged, and they were like, it's not going to be easy, but let's get on a call. I got on a call, and they just who I can't even remember who I talked to, but it was they gave me the straightforward, like, you need to put the work in, you need to do this, you need to do that. Are you ready? And I was just like, you know what? And I'm one of those people that if I don't make that decision like almost right there and I think about it, I get in my own head and go, you know what? No. So I was like, you know what? Sign me up right now. And then that week, and then Coach Tomas was he comes on, and he's like, okay, let's take it easy the first week, just track what you're eating and stuff. And then I just started hitting it hard, and I lost that first 50 pounds, 45 pounds or whatever. It just stripped off me. And I need to start getting back into that, because I've been lax for the last little bit.
So these
But
next
yeah,
two
no,
questions.
thinking about this right here is just like remembering why and what I started for.
Right. And that's what I was going to say. These next two questions apply to you the most right now, just because you answered that, right? Why is this important to you, and what's it costing you? Right? What did it cost you to stop doing what got you that 50 pounds down?
It's just
Right?
I'm
What's
going
the one
back to
thing it
my normal.
costed you?
I haven't gained weight back, but I haven't moved the needle, and I'm still uncomfortable, like, oh, and I was just sick for the last week and a half, like unknown whatever, but it was miserable, and I couldn't eat anything. I was on a liquid diet for a while, and it's just like it probably was something that I did that I could have prevented if I would have just kept pushing forward, but the recovery now, I'm feeling better. So I think I know I'm going to start hitting it hard again.
There you go, man. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? You got the self-awareness now. And sometimes you do go stagnant. You don't necessarily relapse, but you might just go stagnant, which can be very unmotivating. That
Yeah,
can
I
have you in
start
that
going
state of
through
what
the
am I doing?
motions of doing it, and I stop. I don't track lunch, and then the next day I don't track breakfast, and then so forth. I stop tracking different things, and then I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't need to exercise today. I'll do it tomorrow. I get in my own head, and when that happens, I I trick myself into thinking that tomorrow I can do it. And my coach tells me all the time, he's just like, he's like, you have 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes to push the ground. You have 5 minutes to walk in place. You can go do, you have 5 minutes to do something other than sit there and grab a handful of chips, because you think, oh, it's just one handful of chips, it doesn't count. And that leads to, next thing you know, the whole bag's gone, and you're like, what did I do? You guys know what you're talking about. So, you know, I
Right.
know it works. Like I went from the high 200s to the low 200s almost overnight. It was like magic.
That's
And
what it felt like.
oh yeah. Oh, and
Yeah.
I can move quicker. I could breathe when I tied my shoes. That was great. Like
Hmm.
a lot of people don't know how that feels.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
So leading into this one, what are you willing to spend? Right? Just because you know how much it's going to cost you, does your attention bank warrant you being able to give it that much attention? Right? How many of you had a instance where you saw what it was going to what it was going to cost you to do this, right? But then for you, it cost too much, so you went away from it. We see a lot of people do that when they choose to come here and then they choose not to invest in themselves, right? And that's what we want. We always want everybody to look at it as, right? If you're engaging in a program like this, you're investing in yourself. Most people will invest in things more than they will invest in themselves, right? So what are you willing to sacrifice, right? Micheline, I'm gonna ask you that. What's one thing you've sacrificed so far?
Um, junk food.
So far, ooh,
Junk
ooh.
food. I'm a junk food junkie because I've always been in sports.
I thought you said soul food. I was about to be like, I had to get that one up too. Like that's a good one. You said
Yeah,
junk food. Okay.
that is. But yeah, like the drive through, like the quick foods. I don't do that. I could kill for a bag of chips right now, but I don't. So it's keeping that discipline. And my kids are always like, "Mom, do you?" No, no, nope. I don't need any. I'm
Right.
fine. I drink a lot of water though, and
Yes, you do.
but it's just um like I said, I'm a junk food junkie because I was always in sports and I was always on a strict diet when I was in boxing, and I only trained in boxing, powerlifting, bodybuilding, and I'm like, I'm not doing that no more. But
Hmm.
the older you get, it does catch up with you because I'm going to be 61 soon. So just trying to maintain. That's all I'm trying to do is keep things from slapping around. That's what I tell people.
That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
I have
I feel
something
that.
to add to this.
Go ahead.
It's like, what are you willing to sacrifice? We're thinking of the things we have to sacrifice to get to our goal, but what
Hmm.
are we sacrificing if we don't get to our goal? Like
Good
my
question.
4-year-old, last year, I taught him how to play tag, and we ran around the yard for an hour just tagging each other back and forth, back and forth. He had the greatest time. 6 months
How many
before
steps
that,
did you get?
oh man, I that day I think I killed like almost 20,000
Playing
that
with your
day,
son.
right? And 6 months before that, I was having trouble walking down the street with my wife and kids because I was
Hmm.
winded. And it was like, man, where was I 6 months ago? Like, what was I giving up? I was like, oh, daddy's tired. Oh, I can't help with that. I don't feel like mowing the lawn today because I just, things like I was losing life because I was comfortable in my uncomfortableness.
So you were sacrificing quality time.
Absolutely.
Well spent.
Yeah,
That's a good way of looking at it, man. That's a good way. So some things needed to change for you, right? You needed to make some more priorities, correct?
absolutely.
So that's another thing you got to look at. What are the changes I need to make and why?
Mhm.
Right? So how detrimental is this to me? What is this doing to me? I mean, let's face it, every day you live, you closer to death. But does that have to be an ugly death because you're not walking life right?
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
You know what I'm saying? Some people we don't realize we poison in ourselves because poison tastes sweeter than medicine.
Oh, it does.
Right? So the junk food, as you said, Michelin, right? And I'm right there with you. I did a whole cut. Match my witness on candy. It was terrible. I'll never do it again because it was hard to turn off my sweet tooth. Right? I don't recommend it. But I was poisoning myself also. You see what I'm saying? Eating all that sugar, I didn't need to eat 4 candy bars a night. I didn't need to do that. right? So the priority for me in that situation was I need to prioritize my diet and stop eating all this daggone sugar. And then I got ripped up off of that, right? Next, who's in the mirror? Who's ever done this? Like I used to, if some of you all don't know me, I worked in mental health for almost 16 years before I joined this with Matt. And I've been here since the beginning, right? But who here has ever been to therapy or worked in therapy by show of hands or just me? Sam, okay. Who else? Nobody? Okay, so when Tomas, yep, I knew your hand would be there. Juan's hand is up. Okay. So when I worked at my first mental health job, it was a place called Epworth Village. And he'll even say this, so I'm not being mean, but our group, so our cottage therapist, his name was Steve, and he was not smart. He even said he wasn't. And one day he had everybody. So it was my cottage was a 4-to-1. So 12 kids, 4 staff, right? And he asked the staff to engage with the clients, with the kids in therapy. And we did mirror therapy. So he had us do these 2 things. And then he asked us which one was easier, right? So this is the realization of who you really are and how strong that person really is, how much hold it has over you, right? Because you can't attack your why without knowing this, right? He had us look at ourselves in the mirror because we had a big cottage mirror and we had to tell ourselves something positive, 3 positive things. That was easy for everybody, right? We had to look ourselves in the eyes and out loud tell ourselves 1 negative thing after that. Nobody in the cottage can do it. All my kids was crying and 2 of the staff were crying. Shut the whole cottage down for the rest of the night. I didn't have any behaviors for like 4 days because they thought about this kind of stuff, right? So who here can tell themselves, we did this on Monday, but I want to see who else can. The ones that got your camera off, I think some of y'all driving, just raise your hand or say me, y'all can unmute. Who here can look themselves in the mirror, in the eyes and tell themselves 3 positive things? Okay. If you raised your hand, turn your microphone off and give me one of those.
Are we talking physically or
Anything positive?
okay,
Continue.
I'm a hell of a business coach. I'm really
Okay.
good at my job. I'm really good at my job.
Okay, so there's one. Who else? Valencia, you had your hand up, and Juan did.
Yes, I dress myself very well.
Okay, good wardrobe. Okay, I like it. I like it. Juan and Sonny, which I got.
I never give up.
Okay, perseverance. Sonny, what about you?
I'm really good at creating environments of psychological safety for my teams.
Ooh, I like that one. Ooh, that's deep. Okay, who else was it? Do we have any more? If you raised your hand, just go ahead and talk. Go ahead, E.
I'm ambitious. I'm moving up pretty quickly at my job.
Okay.
And I'm planning on moving even higher than that.
That's what I like, man. Yeah, we got some more goals. All right. Next question. How many of y'all can look at yourself in the eyes in the mirror and say 1 negative thing? You could be real about 1 thing you need to change. Now, we're going to see how bold you are. Go ahead and say that on the call.
I'm too hard on myself and others.
Okay.
I let other people's opinions guide my decisions.
I was gonna. No, go ahead.
I give myself too many excuses.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I was gonna
That's a good
dovetail on that previous one, which is too much emphasis on others' opinions of me.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else, or is that it?
I've got a temper.
Go ahead.
Mm.
Rebecca, was that you?
I spend too much time afraid of failure to try anything. New things.
So I think when you say that, I hear you look at failure like defeat.
Hmm? Sorry, you broke up a
That
little.
you're looking at failure like defeat,
Yes.
right? There's a difference between the two. Defeat means it's over. Failure means that one didn't work. You gotta take another direction.
I see.
That's
I
what I'm
can
trying to
change
teach
that
myself.
word of thought, though, that train of thought. Like,
Hmm.
if you think of failure as defeat, so you don't try to do those things, then aren't you defeated before you
Yes.
even started? Yeah, I know. I do something very
It's a
similar. I'm like,
horrible cycle.
it's like that's something I need to look in the mirror and tell myself,
Mhm.
like, stop doing this, because you never know unless you do try. And yes, it's painful, but we've done a lot of painful things in our lives. And oh man, I remember I was Marine Corps, so you can harass me later about crayons. But when I got to the top of that hill in boot camp, I was just like, my drone sergeant, I was always falling back in the hikes. My legs would just burn out so quick every time, like, just. And my senior drone instructor was like, if you fall back, you stand behind me, and if you fall back one person, I'm dropping you to the next platoon, and you're gonna have to do this all over again. Man, I fell back two people, and I ran up that hill to catch back up to him. And oh my, I did it. I was triumphant, but I pretty much cried the entire, like, 9 mile hike back. Like, I was just teared up because I was just like, he's gonna drop me because I fell back, but I did it. Oh man, it was like so hard. And I felt defeated. And then what he did, he came up to me afterwards and he was just like, I knew you could do it. And I was
Yep.
just like, what? This is the hardest person I ever met in my life. And he just, like, gave me an attaboy. Like, I was lifted back up. It was great.
The body only dies if the mind
Oh
does.
man. Yeah. Oh, that was hard. I remember that was the worst thing. My
Hmm.
legs hurt so bad for like a week.
You made it though. That's all that
Oh
matters.
yeah. Yeah.
That's all that matters. All right. Who's in this with you? So a lot of the times when we talk about big whys, you look at it individually, right? But we have some people say they were on here for their kids, or family. You know what I mean? But who's just because you're on here for them, do they support you? Sometimes they can
Absolutely.
unknowingly support you. Sometimes they can be willing to support you. Now, Marianne, Tomas, and Matt, y'all can account for this. We've had clients where the household did not support them getting their life together. And when I tell you that's one of the hardest things to coach against, because now you're telling people to defy and be against people that they care about and take care of so that they can take care of themselves. You're telling somebody that's never had to be selfish or never learned how to be selfish to basically be selfish and take care of themselves so that they can take better care of the people around them. That's hard. That's hard. That's a hard mindset to take somebody away from, right? So who's your support? And what does that look like? Go ahead, Joanne. Or Joan. Was it? Oh, maybe it was background noise. Right. So who's your support and what's that look like?
Am I
So
still muted?
Yeah, go ahead. You can talk.
Oh, I thought I was muted again. Sorry.
No.
My support's my coach. I live alone. My kids
Mhm.
don't live close. I don't have my support's my coach. That's it.
Mhm.
And that's deep. I love that for you. I love that for you. That's a strong.
Hey, hey, I am right there with you. My support is my coach. Like that's who I've got. Um, my employees have started to notice a change, and so they're kind of like, "What's up? Tell us about your workout." But the first several weeks it was just Coach Eric, so it was awesome.
Tell them to come join the family, Hope. Get their numbers and their email and give it to me.
You got it.
I got you. Who else?
I actually have a lot of people supporting me now. Yeah, like of course my wife and daughter are huge supporters, which I love. But since making so many changes, I'm kind of a leader, at work, and a lot of these people are getting fit because of me, and they're just such a good cheering section now. So yeah, I've got a huge support system now.
Yeah, and your daughter will tell you when you slipping.
Oh, absolutely. But like even my bosses have, allowed me to adjust my schedules so I can get to the gym at a good time.
Man,
So, and I mean, everybody's just been super supportive of me, as far as the fitness aspect.
that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, we love seeing your daughter on the Monday night calls.
Yeah, I tried to show her a few minutes ago, but everybody was talking. So,
Oh, okay, that's okay. We'll get to see her again.
oh yeah, here in a few seconds.
Bet, bet. So next, what happens when you accomplish your big why? What's next?
Me.
Right? What's the next? Excuse me?
Sorry, I thought you were asking.
Oh, you can answer. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I was saying once I get to like my overall goal fitness, then it's just
Mhm.
maintenance for the rest of my life. Like,
Maintaining it.
yeah. And that's also gonna be a challenge, but it'll get easier, and I'm very much looking forward to the journey.
Right. You know what a lot of people don't understand, Valencia? And we talk about this. I reiterate this a lot because we talk about longevity, right? We even talk about y'all having mini goals, which is why Hope's plan is like that, but it's everlasting, right? So if you're going to have mini goals, they have to keep going because you always there's another goal, there's another goal, there's another goal, right? With maintenance is hard because you're keeping it the same for a long time. And guess what? The actual work and the numbers you have to put into maintenance don't look the same every year. And eventually they're going to change. Does that make sense? So it does get harder sometimes, right? What you would have managed the weight you would have managed at 3,000 calories in your early 20s to maintain that in your 40s is half of that. But you might still have the appetite you had in your 20s. So now what? So you got a whole nother obstacle you got to jump through, right? So with the next why, what is next, right? Who has one that they gonna like? This is their first one, or who's on the second why? Darnell, you should be. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, who's accomplished their first big why here so far, or even got close to it. Right.
Well,
Most of y'all is everlasting. Go ahead.
my why is to live forever, so I'll keep you posted.
Hey, you damn right, because I'm gonna be right here with you. This is my plan. 100 years old and still doing this, right? So the other question you got to ask is when you make it to the next why, what else do I need? What don't I have for this why? Or a lot of the times you got everything you need for the next why, you just got to apply it different. If that makes sense to everybody. The ripple effect. So we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, right? Hope you just really explained it with just your job situation, right? You getting in shape has rippled into other people noticing it and one and being curious about it, right? Scott, your household is following you, right? Gino,
Yep.
you spend a lot of time with your grandfather, right?
Yep.
Is he starting to notice that you're making life changes?
Yeah. He's trying to help me
Okay.
with it.
And he's trying to help with you. There's a ripple effect. That your ripple effect has increased your support system, which he's helping me too. So that's another pair of eyes for me when I'm not there, when I can't see you. You see what I'm saying? Does your why apply to your household? Right now, I'm gonna ask this question. Y'all can answer. Whose big why only applies to them and not their household?
Me.
Okay, right. How so?
Me.
If you don't mind sharing.
Because I am completely by myself. My children have moved out. My
Mm-hmm.
husband has died. My mother died. So it's Me, and me.
Mhm.
And me.
Okay. Yeah, there you go, Tomas. And Tomas, I get it. I get it. And that's the loudest noise you ever gonna hear is when you legit live by yourself and you in silence. That's when all the roadblocks from a big Y is in your head. It's in your ear. Right? That's when you deal with what they call your demons, is in private, when there's nothing to drown them out, right? So does anyone on here have someone that shares a big Y with them? Because this is good too. When out of the people you've touched, has any of them said, well, I need to do that too? The exact same thing. For
My
the same
husband
reason.
has never logged food in his life, but he will occasionally get a bug up his butt, and for a week he'll weigh and measure and log his food because I do it every single day.
Mm-hmm. Is he logging Oreos?
It's Bear Claws right now. That's his
Bear Claws.
demon of choice. He switched from Oreos to Bear Claws. But yeah, I mean, he won't eat the Bear Claws when he's logging because that awareness of logging it in there, of course, is like, holy shit, if I'm going to try to stay in this, I can't sacrifice food for Bear Claws. So the logging for him is discipline. He can be self-disciplined if he's logging and he's aware. And he would never, ever do that if I didn't.
But if he
Okay.
logged and prepped food properly, he could still afford that bear claw.
He could.
He could just figure it in. But like it's like my wife, she'll bring in the stuff for the kids and stuff and things like that, the snacks and things like that, and I have to like, no, I will not touch that. Like just tell myself, no, it's there, it's visible. I tell her to like put it in the cupboards and stuff so I don't see them. But she sees my, like, she's like, you've dropped another shirt size, you dropped another pant size. I gotta go shop and buy you more clothes. And then she sees that and she's like, I really need to start, like, so she'll like, and she does it and stuff. And the more I progress, the more she like, cause she's still upset because she has the baby weight and, but I'm triggering that in other people. Like my whole coworkers in the previous job that I had, they start seeing me lose a lot of weight and be more active and just get up and move around constantly. And I'm always standing and walking in place and doing stuff. They were like, man, I need to. And then they'd come up to me in like private or something and be like, hey, Samuel, I got a membership to this, or I started, what are you eating? They asked me different things and I was just like, and that at that time, Tomas had me on like 2,600 calories a day, and I was losing weight like crazy. And I was just like, they were like, you're eating 2,600 calories a day. I was like, yeah, they're good calories though. They're like protein and vegetables and just good food. And they were like, okay. I was just like, but don't just give yourself 2,600 calories. You need to do it smartly. I was like, and then I try to get them to come over here, because I'm like, I know some people.
Yeah, facts. Come on over here.
Yeah.
The grass truly is greener. This is not turf over here.
When I try to do it myself, it does not work. Obviously, it did not work for years. And once I started getting someone in my ear all the time saying, hey, reminding me, like keeping me on track, it started clicking.
Right.
And,
So big thing, right? Big thing after that is, who's your Y warrior? Everybody here has a Y warrior who has a brother in war with them right now. We're at war with whatever your plan is, right? So, Gino, who would be your Y warrior?
Like, what are you talking about? Like somebody going through it just as much as me?
Who's going through this with you, no matter what?
It would be my grandpa. My brother's been helping me too.
Okay. Matt, what about you? Who's your Y warrior?
My Y warrior would probably be my wife because she makes all my high protein desserts.
Facts. Facts.
Like I couldn't do it. She actually cooks all the food, so for the most part, sometimes I'll grill, but I definitely would not be as structured without her because I'm so busy that planning all the meals, cooking all the meal, all that. I would do it if I had to, but it's nice to not have to.
Facts. So some of y'all's Y warriors are your coach. That's your automatic Y warrior, right?
Yeah.
We're more than your support team.
So, Coach
We're in the
Eric, if
trenches
you're
with you.
my Y warrior, I'm gonna
Uh-oh,
need
here
you
it
to come
comes.
over and I'm gonna need you to come over and make me some of those protein desserts that my ex-wife makes him.
Oh,
I'm
we
gonna
got
need
the
that.
recipes. She
No, 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 no,
Aisha.
no, 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 no. She does not hand him a recipe. She hands him a made dessert, and I suggest as my Y warrior. Just kidding.
Did I bring the cheesecake?
Yes.
I don't know. It might not make it to you. We might have to talk about that one. Me and cheesecake have a weird relationship. I don't know how to say no to it. That's my crack food. All right. Next but not least, right? And we talked about this Monday, right? Your why is forever. It's everlasting. It's always going to be there. There's always going to be a reason why. When there's no reason why, guess what? You're going to die. Straight up. Your health's going to die. When you don't have a reason why, your health's going to die. And we've all been dead health-wise before. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had to do this. Matt would have started this if that was the case, right? It wasn't just nutritional health. It was mental health. It was emotional health. It was mindset health. It was all of that, right? Had to get all of that back in check before he came to tell us to do it. Because the coaches will tell you this. The one thing that we're not going to be here is hypocritical coaches. We're not telling you to do stuff we don't do. Granted, we might do it on a higher level because it's automatic for us, but we were where you are too. Where this shit was hard and we didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not easy. Client of the month. My brother Mac, brother Darnell. I'm gonna brag on him a little bit. Right? Darnell's been here with me since 2022. And when I tell you he's been through some rough times, he's been through some rough times. We've had many phone calls. I talk to Darnell like I talk to one of my best friends, right? He'll tell you that. He knows a lot about me and vice versa, right? I went to Detroit 2 years ago. For those that don't know, I'm a boxing coach. And when we do the national tournament for gloves, I'm the franchise coach for Nebraska. And we were in Detroit 2 years ago. And I got to spend time with Darnell for what, 4 days? Was it 4 days, Mac?
Yeah, it was roughly 4 days.
Yeah, roughly 4 days. Every night he showed me around Detroit. And the most love I got out of town in a long time. And this man came to us over 350 pounds. He's around 350. And we kept 35 pounds off of him maintenance wise for about 2.5 years. And then he started cutting weight again. He's now down 62 pounds. So that shirt difference right there, I think, is a 4-size shirt difference, if I'm correct. Right, D?
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, guys,
So completely different. Huh?
I want to see his before pictures. Where are those at?
I couldn't find them, man. They so long gone at the very beginning. I ain't even gonna lie to you. We was both looking for them in our clouds, to be honest, because they was on the old system. So when we had them on Trainer Ross.
So I started out at like 360.
Mm-hmm.
And I rode my motorcycle this weekend. I went out of town partying. So I was up like 4 pounds, but I'm from 360 down to like 286.
Hell yeah.
Yep. The other dope thing about Darnell is he's a vet and he saves lives every day. I ain't never seen so many damn fires in my life. He's a firefighter. He's a second highest ranked, I think, firefighter in the city of Detroit. So shout out to Darnell. It's been a pleasure coaching you for this long, man, and you still here. Man, it's a blessing to have you, bro.
Definitely, Coach. I appreciate it, man. All the long conversations we had, all the
Mhm.
inspiration, just hours of just coaching, the meal plans, the constant back and forth, the chewing my ass out when I needed it. It's definitely worked.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I highly respect you, man. Highly respect you. And for those of you who have a kind of a negative or pessimistic mindset originally, right? Book of the month, 50 ways to motivate yourself in 50 minutes. So if you can't think of something motivating to tell yourself to make you get up off your ass and go get something or get on and stay on track, you should be able to find something in this book. All right?
What's the best one you like, E?
The best one I like
Yeah.
is my tattoo on my arm. Mine's not even in that book. Mine's not in that book. I tell myself every night before I go to bed, I ain't shit. And when I wake up in the morning, on the inside of my arm, it says, be better than yesterday. So when I'm brushing my teeth, that's the first thing I see in the mirror is be better than yesterday. That's my motivation right there.
Brush your teeth like this.
Got flex in the mirror.
What are you doing?
I got to make
I
sure.
was just gonna say that it's all about the guns for Eric.
It's all about the guns.
I
I
ain't
got to
gonna
make sure
lie.
they well
I
oiled.
check out my